Hello, everybody. Very excited to be here. Very excited to share with you Exabits' vision of a compute economy. RWAs and tokenized assets are gaining some serious traction at the moment. We're currently in a surge of over 600% since 2023 in market caps that will surpass 8 trillion by 2030. And the market cap as of February 2024 was 136 billion. But assetizing compute is not just an unparalleled business case. It also supports a world where the future of AI isn't left to the agendas of giant corporations and governments, right? Giving everyone the ability to have ownership of AI, right? And offers people a voice in how AI is deployed and developed and ultimately operated. And since ChatGPT launched, we've been present to the fourth industrial revolution. AI's impact on the world is not just the beginning. And at the root of AI and LLMs are what? It's compute. And the chips behind this compute are literally the lifeblood of AI. No compute, no AI. And it's becoming more and more expensive, these chips, more and more scarce, and logistically complex to deploy and operate. And so, additionally, the value of compute is expected to surpass the GDP by 2027. And if we look at it compared to Bitcoin and gold, the performance of GPU is far surpassing this as of currently. And Bitcoin is a speculative asset. It's also volatile, and gold is insurance. It's a hedge against inflation. So the next question is, how do people of any wealth range take part in investing in compute? And the answer is that the barrier is very, very high. We start with cost. For a small cluster of useful, deployable AI compute, we're talking 10 million. If we go back to the chips, one H100 chip is 30K. So a cluster of 8 in a machine, or rather a machine, which is comprised of 8, we're talking upwards to 10 million. 300K. And then a small cluster of 32, 10 million. And that doesn't include the cost of connective and optimizing and cooling hardware that is required to make it all happen. And so the additional piece that's insurmountably important is data centers. There are less than 10, I want everybody to hear this, there are less than 10 in the United States, or in North America, that are suitable for AI training, inference, and fine-tuning. And then we need a team. You need a team of domain experts that have the ability to deploy, maintain, and operate said data centers. And then finally, middleware, linking, stabilizing, optimizing, accelerating to make use of the GPUs in a fruitful way. And so I wish this was Kendrick Lamar, and I think you can all understand this, but this is the slide that we have today. So in terms of the GPUs that are valuable, so there's many marketplaces that are aggregating GPUs. 99% of the GPUs being aggregated are not useful for AI. I hate to be the guy to say that. I'm probably not going to make friends by saying that, but it's a fact. 1% tops are H100, A100s, and 4090s, which are useful for AI. And then, so in terms of the supply, there's a very limited supply. Consider that NVIDIA this year will produce about 1.5 million H100s. 1.5 million. About 1.4 million of these will go to the giants. Will go to Meta. Will go to Google, Azure, etc. So the 100K or so that's left over will go to Supermicro, AMD, and there'll be these resellers. And the vetting process is extraordinarily high. Most of my customers have said that when they get to that point, they get on a 4-year waiting list. So even if you've got the money, even if you've got the 10 mil to purchase a small cluster, good luck purchasing that. And so additionally, the barrier is very high to operate. And I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping. we can't just aggregate a bunch of random devices and game cards and computers and phones and then cluster them into a nebulous block of GPU power, or rather compute power, that will power serious AI projects. That doesn't work. That is not a thing. It's a sexy idea, but it's not a thing that actually works for serious AI. Also, you can't simply buy a large number of GPUs, connect them, and expect them to work seamlessly together, achieving optimal performance. This requires significant system-level optimizations, which comes with extensive experience accumulated over many years. It's very difficult. Even if you've got the thousands of GPUs, you can't make them work without the very unique physical and technical conditions to get them to even turn on. So Exabits, we're the only team in Web3 that can deploy, interconnect, and operate thousands of GPUs by ourselves. And first off, the core team at Exabits are domain experts. And we've got the largest supply of enterprise-grade GPUs, and they are being deployed out of T3 and T4 data centers. Our middleware of acceleration, stabilization, and optimization is the final checkbox that we're able to check. Here's some partners that you probably know of. These are a handful of. We also provide compute to many Web 2 and Web 3 players in the space, but here's some that you might know here in the Web 3 and on. And so what is the solution? The solution is having the infrastructure, having the GPUs, having the expertise, and then ultimately tokenizing said compute. We are enabling anyone to invest in compute. We're working to be the core of the AI compute economy. We have the very scarce physical infrastructure to serve AI workloads, A and H100s, and we are deploying them out of AI-ready data centers, and we are tokenizing this compute, enabling anyone to invest. And so, what does this economy look like? So node investors get interest from the compute, and their investments enable Exabits to procure more clusters, and then that moves downstream. That moves downstream to the subnet protocol. The subnet participants stake Exabits tokens and receive compute, and then they're incentivized to optimize their compute, and the result is that Exabits ecosystem becomes more and more resilient, more and more robust, and the subnets become more and more successful, and we grow together. So I'm approaching the end of the road here. And I have a couple more slides, but I'm just going to kind of skip to the chase and just say this. The way that we can democratize AI in a real way is by tokenizing compute and enabling anyone to invest in compute, because that gives anybody a voice in how AI ultimately is developed, deployed, and operated. And that's Exabit's mission, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you.